my team, I think, is like 10 people on the team I work on, and all of them are having babies, dude. It's so funny. Like, my boss, he's no longer with the company. He went to go work somewhere else, but he's had his first kid. And he's like 45?
Oh my
maybe,
gosh.
no, that's probably a little old. He might be like 41.
Wow.
And his wife's like late 30s. And they had their first kid.
I just sound like Owen Wilson there. Wow. Ka-chow.
But dude, it's funny. He had his kid in August of last year. And then my coworker Kayla and her husband found out they were pregnant in December. And then a week later, my other coworker found out him and his wife were pregnant. Mm-hmm. And then they hired a new guy who started like 2 months ago, who's like 21.
Okay, so what are you trying to tell me here? Are you surprised?
No.
You expecting?
No. But then him and his, so like 4 or 5 people. Dude, 4 or 5 people just on my team that are like all prego and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Our a lot of my coworkers are past that stage in life. So they all have like dogs or cats, and they talk about their dogs and cats like they're children.
The kids, yeah.
And it's sweet, but that's one thing that really annoys me more than anything else in this world is when people talk about their pets like they're their children.
Yeah.
It makes me want to like curb stomp their dog.
Yeah. But at the same time, for someone that's never had kids, I could see it. Mm-hmm. For sure. Like, my uncle and his wife have never had kids. And their
dog is their fur baby.
Well, his wife owns like a dog animal something business. They have dogs running out all the time. They have tons of cats and dogs, and so it's like part of it's a business thing. But at the same time, yeah, they're all about the animals, man. And I'm sitting here, I'm watching like 20-year-olds have kids. I'm like,
yeah, I just noticed watching the sound waves between when you talk and when I talk. The sound waves, the tops of them are so much higher when I talk, but then when you talk, it's like real low. They're like,
wait,
look, yours go down so much more than mine do.
Wait, now let's see here.
Look at that.
Let's see here.
Anyway, welcome to part 2 of the Franklin expedition. We left our brave, intrepid crews frozen in the ice somewhere off of King William Island. Poor Sir John Franklin died, and so did 3 other guys at Beachy Island.
Private Brain, yes, and 2 other guys. We have an expedition crew, or not an expedition crew, but a small magnetic survey crew led by Lieutenant Gore on another campsite. And currently, the Terra and Erebus are just frozen in ice, and it's not melting. So, without further ado, let's get into episode 32 of World Canon.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for man.
What your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I have a dream.
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Who's bringing?
Intro song here. The entire summer. It's so awkward. We'll get used to it eventually, but that little pause, just so I have like a timestamp to put the intro song in, where we just kind of like sit here in silence or stare at each other, and then I go back into talking. It's so weird. Like, I feel like I have to talk to you, but we can't.
Yeah.
It's because it's just more stuff for me to cut out.
Then the loudest car on earth drives on I-90.
I did not think it would be so loud being this close to the interstate, but oh man, it's
probably
so
loud, dude.
It's definitely picking it up.
When I lived in Portland, I lived right off the 405.
Mm-hmm.
And it was loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I noticed-
imagine it gets...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of echo in this room too because it is kind of open and there's wood floors, but it still sounds all right. As long as you like stay close enough to your microphone, it's fine.
Yeah.
Which we're doing pretty good this episode and
Not
last.
too bad.
We're
Yeah.
good for once. The headphones are really coming in clutch.
Maybe just like put a blanket on.
You just like build a little tent whenever you come over to do this. Anyway, on to the rest of the story. The entire summer passed stuck in the ice, which is by now only thicker and stronger. More and more ice has built up, causing the landscape around the ships to grow jagged with towers of ice. Towers of ice. And that's just, I mean, maybe. I am kind of making some of this up. I did say before, a lot of this is speculation.
Right.
I took some artistic liberties with this. Which artistic liberties? That reminds me. There's a show about this on Prime, and I've watched a few episodes. Dude, it's good.
Good.
It's so good.
Check
Now,
it out.
I will. This is my inner nerd historian. I will complain. They don't keep it very historically accurate.
Yeah.
Which, you're like, Chris, how do you mean that? Because it's all speculation anyway, and this
Right.
is how our listeners sound when I'm talking about them. They're dumb and stupid. I make fun of them. Shut up. It's they take a lot of artistic liberties with it to the point where it's like fantastical. There's literally a whole like skinwalker polar bear creature in it. And I mean that part kind of takes me out of it. Like I wish they would really try to keep more to like a realistic thing.
Right.
But I think it's supposed to be based off of a book written about it way back in the day, more than the actual event. But I do kind of wish like they went more with like scientific evidence discovered later to come up with a more like realistic story. But despite that, it's so far an amazing show.
How many episodes have you watched?
Like 4.
Okay.
And
Is
there's-
it just one season?
2 10-episode seasons.
Nice.
It's kind of like an HBO sort of thing.
Okay.
And it's so dark though. You do not feel good watching that show for 1 second. It's so bad because it starts after Beachy Island. So the 3 guys have already died. Private Brain
Okay.
already dead.
So it kind of just throws you into the midst
Yes,
of everything.
right
happening.
into when things start really going bad is
Okay.
when it starts, and it's good. It's so good so far. I need to get back into watching it. I just started watching Shogun too, so
Okay.
those are both kind of playing tug of war with my heart.
Yeah.
2 really good shows. Anywho, forget the show. Let's get back to this. The more important show, World Canon. The only thing you should be listening to or watching.
Yeah. Everything else is a sin.
Everything heresy. I've also really gotten into Warhammer lately. Space Marine 2. Such a good game. Oh man, my PC can handle it so well too. I'm so happy.
Oh, dude, that's dope. I'm stoked for you. It's dope.
I need to start editing these things on there.
Yeah.
It goes so fast.
It's probably a tank.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I could probably edit these in like 5 seconds on that thing.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's actual story. Let's get back to it. Let's stay on topic. We're trying to make up for time. This presents another danger to the 2 ships. The ice around the ships likely was causing the ships to tilt, so either they would continue to rise with the ice as it was built up by the pressure building below, or they could get swallowed up by the ice and buried.
Oh, dude. That's a ton of ice, man. I wonder, like, the depth.
Ice, baby. Dude, that song is immediately ruined when he starts singing. The intro is the only good part.
Yeah.
Really thick.
Yeah.
I think if you had to guess, I think scientists said it would be several meters thick, because also later studies that they did when like testing ice layers was because you can test ice layers kind of like rings in a tree, and you can like determine how like cold a certain era of years was by taking it to ice and observing it. And they discovered that it just so happened that the exact window in time that the Franklin expedition decided to go out and look for the Northwest Passage was like the record coldest years. in that area.
Dude, Murphy's Law. This whole thing is Murphy's Law.
What's Murphy's Law?
Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Check. Bad. All bad.
Oh, bad.
That could be really bad. If they try to stay for another year, they could potentially find themselves trapped under the sheets of ice. They continue to hold out strong, hoping for the best, not yet willing to risk the 1,000-mile march to the North American mainland in the freezing cold. Strangely, for some unknown reason, the camp at Cape Felix is hastily abandoned and the men stationed there make a hasty retreat back to the ships. Years later, other expeditions would find the abandoned camp with whole tents and valuable tools and personal belongings left behind. So things you wouldn't leave behind if you had time to pack up.
Yeah.
So they ran for some reason. They were running from something or for something.
Big scary bear.
The bear from the show. It's real. The skinwalker. I'm going to add a skinwalker to this story just for the fun of it. That would be a fun episode to do cryptids. Because that's technically history. It's all folklore.
Yeah.
We do Native American folklore as an episode and talk about skinwalkers.
Yeah.
We should do that sometime.
Good.
That'll be fun. Maybe a Halloween special or something.
Wait, how do you say it?
Skinwalker.
No.
Oh. Halloween? Did I say it weird? I go Halloween?
When you say it, there's an O.
Halloween? Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween. How do you say it?
Halloween.
Halloween. Oh, yeah, that is right.
But I guess, though, it's up to perspective, because, like, like hallway,
I don't say oil, I say oil. Oil. Put some oil in the truck. Put oil. If
Well,
there's
drop a
oil
comment.
under it, there's oil in it.
Drop a comment. Is it oil or oil? And is it Halloween or Halloween?
I'll have to try to remember to put a poll in this episode that one person will vote on.
Yes, it'll probably be me.
We already read that part. 1848 rolls around, so 3 years after they started. And still, they have not decided if they should stay or leave. Also, no one back home has mounted a rescue operation yet. Finally.
So sad. 3 years? They're like, they're fine.
Yeah, we need to do a happy episode after
I
this.
know, dude. Yeah, need some feel good cheer.
I think I got a good one coming up. We'll be doing the 1908 race around the world from New York to Paris.
Ooh.
That'll be a good one. It'll be fun. Very lighthearted. Very funny. Goofy. All that good stuff. And finally, though, in April, Crozier decides to head for land. Some stay behind with the ships, but overall, 104 men walk on foot to King William Island. They go for Victory Point, where Captain Crozier updates the letter left there in the cairn. Part of the update is a new casualty count stating 24 more men have died.
Dang.
Stacking up.
Racking up a body count.
Yep. Now, Arctic 30, Franklin Expedition 0.
Scoreboard.
It's a wipeout game. Listen, you want the Arctic circle on your bracket for March Madness.
They're taking it all.
They're going all the way.
Go all in. Take out your 401k and put it on the Arctic Circle.
Oh, dang. Now, numbering 80, it's also possible that the men of the expedition became aware that their cans of food were contaminated with lead. Most would choose to stop eating them. Surprisingly, around this time, the ice may have opened up, so the group made a mad dash back to the ships. They're finally able to sail again, but they don't make it far. It's already September, so there's no way they could make it back to the Atlantic before being frozen again, so they head a little further south to winter in a more protected cove later named Erebus Bay, named after one of the ships. By now, though pneumonia and lead poisoning have powered through the crews, not to mention their food is virtually gone, few would risk it. Most would choose an alternative food source.
I wonder what that's going to be.
Ooh.
Who would have guessed?
Which might
Cannibalism on the World Canon podcast? Should be called the World Cannibalism Podcast.
New shirt ideas.
Absolute shocker.
Let's make a hoodie. And we all know at this point on this show what starving people, freezing cold, and no viable food sources in sight equals out to. Classic World Canon formula.
Do we gotta make merch?
We do. I'm waiting for the day we get enough listeners. We're gonna make some cannibalism merch. We are. That winter actually turned out to be much better compared to before, and the ships were able to set sail again in the spring of 1849, where they went further south, though some men were left behind for unknown reasons. They arrive in what's now known as Terror Bay, but the men at the time called it Comfort Cove.
That just highlights the story.
Yeah, right there.
Sail into the Comfort Cove, then after everything.
Finally, it's all going to be okay.
Terror Bay.
The land here was far more inhabitable, and they even made contact with a tribe of Inuits. According to Inuit oral history, it was here that the big hunting happened, where the now roughly 69 members of the Franklin expedition hunt alongside the Inuits and shoot down hundreds of waterfowl. They got some food.
Nice.
Some actual food.
Duckies.
Nice. However, things back at Comfort Cove were not going so well. The men there were starving in disease. No one knows for sure what happened there. There are no written records, but years later, skeletons were turned up with knife marks in the bones suggesting adamant cannibalism had taken place.
There it is.
Adamant.
Adamant. Hints.
I copy-pasted that word, all right? That wasn't even my own.
That's crazy, dude. They can tell that. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Oh, hear this part. Scrapings along femurs and rib cages resembling that of the bones in a rotisserie chicken after being carved up with a sharp kitchen knife.
One of your ancestors was definitely on this expedition. Thigh. Thigh.
That's cool. I take thighs. Give me that thigh. Oh, come here, boy.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. Clip it.
That's going in the reel. Some of the skeletons had been buried in graves, while others laid where they died. I just put two and two together there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. However, the others would find the animals of the Great North did not offer very good food. The Arctic waterfowl and seals that were delicacies for the Inuits were poison for the Englishmen. These creatures had a large amount of E. coli 3, and unless it was properly cooked and treated, was just as poisonous as the canned rations, if not more. The Inuits had spent generations building up a tolerance for the meat. The English, however, just got there, so there wasn't much they could do. The only other option was the occasional fish, but those were hard to come by and few and far between. It doesn't take much imagination to realize these men were in a perilous situation.
The only other option was human.
Each other. It's now 1850, 5 years since they left England. The Franklin expedition has been stuck in the ice around King William Island, which it should be noted, as far as they knew at the time, was part of the mainland, like we've been saying the whole time. It doesn't, I already said that, I think. Captain Crozier and around 43 others decide it's time to try to make it on foot back to civilization. Leaving behind a small skeleton crew aboard the ships, the foot party begins heading due east.
Foot party.
The foot party.
Kind of weird stuff are they into?
Check out our OnlyFans.
Foot party. They were doing it before it was cool. Give me that foot, boy.
Oh, come here, lad. Let me see your foot. Oh, that's Scottish. What am I doing?
Your roots
Chip,
just
chip,
came
chip.
out, dude. Your
Freedom.
Your heritage.
Let
It's
me
in
see
your
your
blood.
foot. Oh, chip, chip, lad. Let me see your foot. Come here, laddie.
Hey, piss off wanker.
Let me see those feetsies. Winds in the east. Foot on my lap.
Not even gonna try.
Rubbing toes.
It's so funny.
This is bad. I feel sorry for anyone listening to this right now.
Yeah, dude.
Especially if this is your first episode. I
And if
apologize.
you got headphones in, oh, dude, I'm sorry. But I'm also not sorry.
I'm also not. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And yeah, foot party heading due east. The men march as far as they can and make it as far as a place known as Starvation Cove. It just keeps getting worse.
Feel good cheer.
It's
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
Puppies and unicorns and rainbows and cotton candy. Puppies and unicorns and rainbows and cotton candy. Happy thoughts. Yeah, Starvation Cove. A mere 75 miles from Terror Bay, where 13 dropped dead. Later, their remains would be found with knife marks in the bones.
There's a theme here.
There is shit. You got it. After that, not much is known for certain, but at least some of the party, along with Captain Crozier, are seen by Inuits around Baker Lake, around 270 miles further south. They had reports of men gone mad eating one another. Graves and bodies in the open would later be found by attempted rescuers, explorers, and eventually archaeologists. The skeletons, of course, had knife marks in the bones, especially the leg bones, where there was still likely ample meat. Some bones even had holes drilled in them and emptied of marrow.
Dude, desperation.
I know, right? Surrounded by piles of unopened tin cans.
No, that's crazy, dude. That's a next level of like self-preservation.
So
that's
dark.
like,
I just imagine like a scene in a movie, like just like cuts to modern day, right? There's some guys in like orange windbreakers and stuff. They just found a bunch of skeletons. There's like tape around it, an archaeological dig, and just like, man, massive grave, murder, suicide, cannibalism, and then just camera pans out, big pile of canned food to the side.
yeah, dude.
Just dark music playing, da, 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 and it just keeps fading out.
Sad.
Anyway, after that, not much is known for. I don't think Alex is going to want to do this podcast anymore after this episode.
I'm actually moving states, guys.
Man, my buddy Chris is messed up. No, I promise. We'll take a break.
Just start my own podcast after this called the Anti-Cannibalism Podcast. Start protesting in the streets.
The Anti-Cannibalism and Chris podcast.
This is the Anti-Canon Podcast.
So, yeah, this one's rough, honestly. I promise next one will be fun. After that, not much. Oh, I already read that part. Dude, I keep going back. Later, scientific evidence would reveal that the years 1845, and this is what I just talked about earlier. I kind of spoiled my own thing. 1845 to 1859 were the coldest years in the King William Island region in over 1,000 years.
Bad timing.
You got that right. Bit of an understatement there, buddy. The decade that followed held around 10 attempt rescues by the British and U.S. One of note was by the HMS Resolute, which itself became trapped in the ice and its crew had to be rescued. The timbers from the ship would later be scavenged and fashioned into the Resolute desk, gifted to President Rutherford by Queen Victoria in 1880, the same desk used in the Oval Office today. And that brings us to the real topic of today's episode.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Miss Lewinsky.
Oh. That's the end of the Franklin expedition.
That was terrible.
It's so
I feel like we covered it well, but just the story is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty horrific.
pretty awful.
Yeah.
130. Well, five left. So the 5 lucky ones got sick immediately.
Yeah, dude. Those are the only winners. Everyone else.
And honestly, the 3 guys that died of pneumonia on Peachy Island could have been worse.
Could have been so much worse.
So
At that point, you'd be praying for that.
the other 126.
Lord, please give me pneumonia.
Please
I
let
don't
me
want to
die,
eat
Lord.
my friends.
Please, Lord.
I don't want to eat
If you
Private
can hear me
Brain's
now.
brains.
Please just let me suffer a horrible, painful death aboard the ship. Don't let me go out there, Lord. And honestly, Captain Franklin too died of pneumonia right before things got really bad.
Yeah.
So,
He escaped quite a bit. I mean, still terrible, but like,
well, more than likely of pneumonia. Nobody really knows how he died, but more than likely pneumonia. In the show, he dies a horrifically brutal way. It involves the skinwalker thing.
okay.
It's really bad. It's honestly, I watched that scene, and it's honestly like one of the first times where I was watching a scene in anything, and I'm just like, oh, I feel like I need to just take a break after that.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I need to watch Teletubbies now.
You watch the Minecraft movie.
You need to watch the
Chicken
Lego
jockey.
movie. Lego Batman. Lego Batman.
It's yeah. So I'm very thankful to live in the 21st century and not have to ever do anything like that ever.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you think you could have done it?
Done what?
Found the Northwest Passage.
Oh, dude. I can barely find my keys sometimes. No way. I get lost with GPS. There's no way, dude.
Forget using a compass, and that compass is just spinning like crazy.
Like, where's my phone? And I'm holding it. Like, I'm not. There's no way.
I would realize I can't watch reels. And I'd lose my mind. I start eating everyone after that. No, I mean, even today, it's still really hard. Even with like modern day icebreakers, it's still extremely tough.
Yeah, it's just so unpredictable. I mean, you're going against Earth.
In a big wooden boat.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
It's one of those tales of human hubris, because they had all the highest tech of the time.
At the time, yeah.
They had some guys who really knew what they were doing.
They were actually pretty prepared.
Really
They
prepared.
just kind of got themselves in an unmovable situation. Like, with all the ice, there's nothing they really could have done. Mm-hmm. Except eat each other and then die.
Supposedly some of them almost made it to rescue too. Baker Island was very near a Hudson Bay Company outpost, I think.
So,
So,
to your knowledge,
yeah.
when they left, when they're like, hey, we're doing this, pack up the ship, let's go, right? And then the people who were staying back in charge of this, right? What was the like expectation on time frame?
At least like 8 months ish to probably about 8 months or so.
Like
to
total,
make
like round trip, or just like to get?
to get to safety, maybe a little bit less if they're making good time, but yeah, about 8 months to make it to safety and send someone back.
Okay. So after 3 years, I didn't start wondering.
It's so bad. It's literally the worst possible outcome. No one made it home.
Yeah.
No one except for the five guys.
Usually, I mean, not usually, but in a lot of cases like this, or historical events, like someone makes it back. Somebody survives. Even if that's one person or 5 people, like you have like a lone survivor, right? You have the Andes crash.
No
right?
one.
There's almost always...
No one. And dude, here is the freaking kicker, okay? So people were hearing from the Inuits who lived in this area that they passed everything orally, right? They don't really have any written history or anything. They just say, they remember stories and stuff. Mm-hmm. They, through the Inuit chain of communication, people received news that the Franklin expedition was like in big trouble. They were literally eating each other, right? And I mean, there's not even anything the Inuits can do to help them, because if they try to feed them, they're gonna die anyways. So like
Yeah,
these
so
guys,
do I
literally-
feed 'em myself?
Like, even yeah,
You can eat me.
I guess. I mean, but he's probably got E. coli 3 too from all the seals.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
eats,
Yeah,
dude.
they probably just...
Yeah. So like, literally nothing can be done for these guys. Even the Inuits who are there can't really help them.
Yeah.
And they're telling everyone that they meet, like, hey, there's these guys in trouble. They're literally eating each other. And everyone back home was like, no, they want to never do that. It's not happening. It can't be possible. And they just completely didn't believe the Inuits. It wasn't until years later at scientific expeditions examining the bodies, finding knife marks and drill holes in the bones. They're like, oh, yeah, okay. They kind of really went crazy, actually.
See, a lot of that too is probably like perspective. A lot of people back home, like in like West Europe, were probably like didn't have the perspective because
don't know
maybe
what it's
because
like there.
Yeah, they probably were just like, oh no, not my
It's just kind of chilly.
not my Frankie. Frankie would never do that.
Good old Private Brain. Lieutenant Gore.
Little baby brain would never do that.
Baby
But then you got like these like Inuits,
Inuits, yeah.
and they're like what, like a tribe, like
They're all the natives, Eskimos.
okay. So they probably had a very like hunter gatherer, like remote,
Yeah.
like they lived way out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and they just
Live in igloos, that sort of thing.
kill things with E. coli to survive.
Yeah. Like
So for them, it was probably like, oh no, these people are eating each other.
Yeah.
Like this is bad. But then everyone in England's like, nah, they'll be fine. Not my Jimmy.
give them another year and then we'll go try to help. Run at you like a spot of tea. I will say a couple fun facts. Because they were British, they brought more tea than books, more tea than anything. They had thousands and thousands of pounds of tea, and they had thousands and thousands of pounds of tobacco because they're all nicotine addicts.
Yeah.
And what else are you going to do when you're freezing cold?
It's like the modern day coffee and
Modern day
Zen.
Zins. Yeah.
I'm literally doing that right now. The Lonnie behind me and a can in my pocket.
Dude.
That's so funny.
Their tea and loose leaf tobacco is the modern day Monster Energy drink and Zen.
It's a white monster, a wintergreen Zen.
It's like every seaman on a submarine. You live off of monsters and Zins.
I'll just pack and chew, and that's so funny, dude.
Oh, did I send you that? Did I send you that U.S. Navy SpongeBob meme? It's like SpongeBob he's like a fresh like private sailor on a submarine for his first deployment.
I think so, yeah.
And Patrick is the captain. He's like, SpongeBob, me boy. All right, he's got like bags under his eyes and he's wearing a beanie. Are you prepared for this? SpongeBob's like, dude, Captain, there's not much room on the rack. He's like, SpongeBob, me boy. Each rack belongs to 3 separate men, and you take shifts sleeping. Now, SpongeBob, me boy, tell me, how big is your personal monster and Zen supply? He's like, oh, I didn't bring anything, but it's okay. My dad told me, there would be plenty of coffee on board. He's like, no, SpongeBob, me boy, there's not. There's nothing on board but MREs. He's like, well, that's okay. We'll be back in port in a couple weeks, and I'll get some then. It's like, SpongeBob, this be a full deployment. Then it cuts to like just nothing but open ocean, and you hear, bum, 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 let me out, let me out. This be 8 months minimum,
Dude.
likely 11 to 13 months.
Dude, that's funny, bro. No, it's like, it's so, like, imagine someone's like on the expedition and they're like, yeah, so like, how much food did we bring? Well,
We got plenty for years.
a tenth of as much as nicotine and tobacco.
And I mean, we got literally enough to last us for years. But if you keep eating it, it will kill you. But first, it'll make you go crazy and see things.
The food's
And
poison,
then it'll
but we
kill
can smoke cigarettes if you want.
You can smoke all the fat stoogies you want, dude. Chew it, whatever. Crush it up, snort it, have a ball. But we're dead. This is dose.
We don't have food, but you want to snort some tobacco?
We got a little bit of gunpowder and tobacco. I'll teach you how to make some African boom boom. Let's go.
African boom boom.
Oh my gosh,
I
dude.
could cry. That's funny.
Not a good time.
No, it's a terrible time.
Really bad. Yeah. But What is there to do? They're all dead anyway. Couldn't have done anything differently. So yeah, next time we're gonna talk about the history of Barney, or talk about rainbows and unicorns. I don't know, just something happy. 'Cause this is so bad.
Episode 33 will be titled Sunshine and Rainbows.
We're just gonna listen to Beatles music for an hour straight.
Just going to react to clips of Teletubbies for 2 hours.
We're gonna watch Instagram Reels. Oh, dude. Well, this is the first time I'm doing this, so hopefully it goes well. If not, I'll just cut this whole thing out of the episode. But Alex, you're a bit of a musician, right?
Yeah.
You'd call yourself that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I like your stuff.
Yeah.
I like your stuff. I have a couple songs on my gym playlist.
Okay.
My angry one.
Yeah.
Listen to him. See how does that sound? Picking up. Yeah, that's it's fairly decent, I guess. Ooh. Well, seeing as though you're a musician, and honestly, I really respect your opinion. And I mean, you're my friend, but I do look up to you, and I wanna know what someone who actually has music out there would think of my own personal little humble attempt at writing a song. And I think for this story, I mean, we laugh and joke and we make light of it, but it really is, it really was a bad situation for these guys.
Yeah.
It was awful, and I mean, it happened so long ago, so it's kind of easy to take it so lightly and laugh and joke about it. But yeah. I mean, if you were there, it would be literally hell on earth and awful and the worst thing. And like every day, you would probably be just praying for the sweet release of death.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that's putting it lightly. And I mean, there's many songs already written about this, but I wanted to give my take, give these men my due respect, and I had a heck of a time researching this and writing it. It was really, truly a humbling experience, and I thought, this song would be a good way to honor them and commemorate them. And I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, but I've been practicing, and I hope it'll
let it
sound
fly,
really good.
dude.
This is a completely original piece, called "Hey There, Jack the Monkey."
Dude, let it fly.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully I can get this in one take.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me retry that. Hey there, Jack the Monkey, what's it like aboard the Terror? I'm 1,000 miles away, and tonight I am so hungry, yes it's true. Oh, hold on. We knew just what to do. This is so bad.
No, dude, let it rip. Let it rip.
Well, we were marching, trying to get rescued, when Private Timmy fell down, and we had no more food. Yes, it's true. Ooh. We knew just what to do. Oh, we ate Timmy.
Oh, not Timmy.
Okay, it's a bit of a rough draft.
Guys, give it up for Chris. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That takes balls right there. It does.
Screwed it up so many times.
No, dude, no, you didn't.
So bad.
No, dude. That's good.
Thank you.
I was not laughing at you. I was laughing at "We Ate Timmy" being sung.
That's a completely original piece.
That was
Made it up
so
myself.
Funny, dude.
Melody and everything.
And I was just imagining, like
Any resemblance to any other song is completely coincidental.
Completely coincidental. But I was imagining like 250 years ago. Well, actually, longer than that. Well, I can't do math. I don't know. Whenever it was, 1840s. Imagined sailors singing this. Sincerely. That they had to eat their friend.
Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. We ate Timmy. Anyway, thanks for listening.
You guys got to drop a comment for Chris. That was amazing.
Man, I just wish I didn't mess it up so many times. But maybe I'll get a little bit better, and we'll start incorporating a little song here and there.
Yeah, dude.
After you leave, and I'm not like nervous anymore, I'll have to record it all the way through and just put it at the end of the episode.
Dude, I mean, making music, it takes so many takes.
It's hard to do it in the first go.
Yeah, you'll like when you listen to a song that's 1 minute and 55 seconds. It took the artist
3 hours.
It took them probably 200 or 300 takes. Now, obviously, your Drakes can probably just hop on the mic and rip, and it takes them 10 minutes. But majority of artists, they're doing hundreds of takes. So
yeah, okay, that makes me feel much better.
yeah,
yeah, this was a big one, and thank you all for joining us. It was a lot of fun.
that was really fun, dude. I had a blast.
I'm glad though we got Timmy part, got you,
Dude.
Timmy part.
Yeah. The second time you went through and were saying it, I was just busting. I was busting up. I was trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I promise we'll try to go at least a few episodes without cannibalism. Next episode is, like I said, 1908. Or wait, no. Next one is guns.
Guns.
Next one is
You
guns.
like guns.
We're excited for the guns
Love
one, guys.
guns.
Guns, and then it'll be 1908 Race Around the World. That'll be a really fun one. But thank you for listening. Please do follow our socials. Check out Alex's music and his new gun Instagram.
Yeah, check out the YouTube too. I post a lot more on the YouTube,
Ooh, I didn't know that.
which the link's in my Instagram. So
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'll just put that up there. And remember, email, checklist, freaking, I don't know. If you've made it this far, you're cool.
You're one of
passed
the real
vibe check.
ones.
You're
Yeah,
one of the real
you're a
ones.
day
You know
one
the things.
fan.
You know the thing. This is the stuff that I should say at the very beginning of the episode, but I forget to every single time.
yeah.
It's tough.
But if you made it this far, I mean, you're a real one. And when we're sponsored by Celsius or Monster Energy,
Resp-
you'll be thanking us.
Sponsored by Quality Control.
Quality Control.
Quality Control.
Brought to you by Quality Control.
Taking care of all of your quality control needs. That sounds pretty cool.
It does.
You're
It's actually a music label.
no, spring. Alex is strumming the spring on his microphone, and it sounds kind of like the guitar. It's a really pretty sound.
Really?
You should use that as a sample in a song.
You totally
I'm not
could,
kidding. You
dude.
should actually do that.
I've seen people make melodies out of smacking a cup against a table. Like, you can make music out of anything.
Okay.
Even Timmy's death.
Yes, please do leave a comment, share with everyone you know, and thank you so much for listening. Alex.
Happy
Happy thoughts. Kittens and puppies and raincorns and
Teletubbies.
Unibos and raincorns. What? Anyway, peace. Hey there, Jack the monkey. What's it like aboard the tear? I'm 1,000 miles away, and tonight I am so hungry. Yes, it's true. We knew just what to do. Well, we were marching, trying to get rescued when Private Timmy fell down and we had no more food. This is true. We knew just what to do. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. We ate Timmy. No, we went a little far, but the cans were all full of lead, and there just was no other way, you see. Brits would all make fun of us, and we'll just laugh along because we know that none of them have felt this way. Jacko, I can promise you that by the time that we get through, the world will never ever be the same. Franklin's to blame. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. Oh, we ate Timmy. We ate Timmy.